Hi, my name is Leanne Cooke. I'm from Australia. I was very active in my teenage years and my early adult life. I played a horse sport called polocross, which is a cross between polo and lacrosse on horseback. And I also did triathlons. I did city to surf runs, not a marathon run, but lots of long runs, and was just pretty much stayed active throughout my whole teenage and adult life. And early in my late 20s, in 1999, I had a bad horse fall, and a horse fell on me and broke my pelvis in 4 places. And it was probably a couple of years after that I started developing a limp, and that limp masked the symptoms of my disease for a long time. A lot of people would say to me that I was waddling, and I would put it down to my horse fall and the break in my pelvis. So unfortunately, it was 10 years before, since my symptoms started to now when I got treatment. Probably around my mid-30s, I started noticing that my limp was getting a lot worse. I used to travel a lot around Australia, and I'd find that when we were going to board the planes that people twice my age were walking up the steps without having to use the rails, and I was having to use the rails to get up. My horse falls were becoming a lot more frequent, and it wouldn't take much for me to fall off, and which can have devastating consequences when you're playing a fast-paced horse sport. So my husband started seeing that these falls were becoming more regular, and we started looking at getting treatment, or trying to find what was causing my symptoms. I was diagnosed with a disease called myofibrillomyopathy after around 6 months of tests and muscle biopsies and blood tests, and pretty much was told that there was nothing that they could do for me. So at that point in time, knowing that the medical fraternity couldn't help me, I made a decision, and my husband and I made a decision that we'd stop looking for pills to try and make me better. So basically I started eating a lot healthier, cutting out all medication, any sort of painkillers, and just turned to health, exercise and diet. After a couple of years and looking at the symptoms of what they said that I had, I just knew that there was something wrong, so we kept searching. And we found a good team of neurologists in Australia at Melbourne at the Alfred Hospital, and they looked at me, and 6 months later they had me diagnosed with Pompe disease. And then this all started to make sense, because I'd lost my 2 brothers when they were younger. My brother was 18 and he died of complications, and my other brother was two years old and he wasn't able to walk. And we look now back at all the symptoms, and it just all fit the jigsaw puzzle. So what I did then was I immediately changed my diet. I increased my protein, lowered my carbs, cut sugar completely out, and increased my exercise. And I'd just like to say to anybody that's out there and living with Pompe, that was one of the best decisions that I made. And just to have a determination not to be a victim to the disease, but just look at it as a way of improving your lifestyle. And so my husband and I made another decision, that was to cut out all negativity out of our lives. And so we just take a positive outlook, and we just drew a line in the sand and said that we were determined. We live with a creed, give in, and never give up. And we looked at our diet, determination and exercise. And I have a big exercise plan now. I've just started doing Pilates in the last 4 weeks, and that I've already started seeing results. So that's been our decisions, and it's been one that we had a choice to make, and that was the choice that we made. Thank you.